Hi, welcome to Detailing Wheels Back to Basics. Today we're going to be looking at cleaning and protecting your trim work, your exhaust, your tyres and your wheels. So yeah, we're getting towards the end of the series now, and this video is covering what a lot of general people tend to not do when they do their weekly wash of the car. So for this video we're going to be needing quite a few products, and we're going to be looking at trim dressings and trim applicators, tyre dressings and tyre applicators, a metal polish along with a couple of microfiber cloths, a wheel sealant and also applicators and cloths for that as well. So for us, we're going to be using the Plastic Fantastic, the Tyre Mania, Motley Blue and Future Armour, along with the selection of applicators and microfibers. So because this is going to be quite a lengthy video, there's a lot to cover in this one. I'll explain each of the processes and why we do them as we get to them. So first of all, we'll start off with the trim then, and by trim, what I mean by that is the plastic that you get around the fog lights, maybe your door handles, the mirror housings, any bare plastic work that you've got on the car. Obviously, you want to make sure it's nice and clean first of all, which you should have done that in the previous videos, and that is with all-purpose cleaner and a dedicated detailing brush. But assuming they're clean and dry, ready for some trim work, what you're going to want here is the fantastic plastic from Dodo Juice along with a foam applicator pad. So all we need to do here then is apply a little bit of product to the foam applicator pad, and if it's a large area such as a plastic rear bumper or a mirror housing, dab that around the area and then work it in a circular motion. If you've got any excess product afterwards, just mop that up with a dry microfiber cloth. And the reason we do this is to restore some of that gloss and the nice deep black back to the plastics. As I said, over time plastics can look a bit worn, they go a bit grey as well. So yeah, this is ultimately for bare black plastics. Next up, we'll move on to metal polishing. Now this is a step a lot of people really do leave. Even I'm not the biggest fan of this. However, that said, if you keep on top of any bright work, so mainly exhaust trims or anything like that, if you do it every single week, it's not that much of a chore and it should just be part of your regular wash routine. So before we begin, chances are you didn't clean the exhaust during the wash stage. Most people don't, including myself. You will need a tar remover first of all, because there's probably going to be some tar deposits around the exhaust tip. And just like we covered in a previous video on decontamination, which you can view up here, just remove any tar from the exhaust tip and then give it a rinse down. Assuming we've done that, we're next moving on to actually polishing up that exhaust. So for this, you just need the Motley Blue from Dodo Juice and a microfiber cloth. So we're going with the Back to Basics glass cloth. So yes, it says a glass cloth, but it's got a nice tight weave and it will help clean up this exhaust. So dab a little bit of your product onto the cloth and then dab the cloth around the exhaust and just let that sit on there just for a little minute or so. It may take a couple of hits to do this, but you just need to be patient and use a little bit of elbow grease to remove any sort of like surface oxidization, any dullness to the exhaust, and just keep going until it starts looking shiny. Once you can start seeing your face in the exhaust again, get a clean side of the microfiber and just remove any excess product, and you should now have a nice mirror-like finish to that exhaust tip. To protect the life of that finish then, you're going to want to seal it, and we're going to be using the Dodo Juice Future Armour in this video. Again, with a clean microfiber applicator, just spritz a little bit of the Future Armour onto that, dab it over the exhaust tip, work it in and then buff that off. And that should help reduce any buildup of dirt over the next week or two until you come to clean it again. Before we move on to the final stages of trim work, I'd just like to say a big thank you to Dodo Juice for sponsoring this series again. As always, everything that I'm using in this video, you've got a chance to win. And you can see there's a lot of product and a lot of goodies to win in this one. So this is probably one of the bigger prizes that we're going to be giving away. So in this, you're going to be winning the fantastic plastic trim dressing, the Tyre Mania tyre dressing, the Motley Blue for cleaning your exhaust, and also a bottle of Future Armour to help with any sealant stages. They'll also be throwing in a few applicator and microfiber towels as well to apply and remove those products. So yeah, massive thank you to Dodo Juice there. And again, we'll get to the end of the video and explain how you can win those. Okay, so back into the action then. You may remember the first video of this series was all about cleaning your wheels and tyres. Well, next up, we're going to be protecting them and making future washes a lot easier. So first of all, we're going to want to protect the alloy wheels, and for this, we're going to be using the Dodo Juice Future Armour. Now, it's very important here that you spray this directly onto the microfiber applicator and not onto the wheels. And the reason I say that is you don't really want to risk getting any of that product onto the brake pads or brake discs. So any sealants that you may be applying to your wheels, apply straight to the microfiber first and then work it into the wheel afterwards. So as you've heard me say in nearly every single video as part of this series, everything here is about being methodical. So either starting at 12 o'clock or down at the dust cap, you want to apply that sealant in a clockwise direction. and just rub lightly over the front of the face of the wheels and get into the barrels if you can as well. And don't be afraid of applying more Futurama to the microfiber and just keep working that in. Once you've got the entire wheel covered with your sealant of choice, get a fresh clean microfiber cloth and buff that off. Repeat this on all 4 wheels. So with the wheels protected then, we're going to be moving onto the tyres. And we're going to be using the Tyre from Dodo Juice, and this comes with its own applicator in the pot as well. It's a slightly different product to most other tyre dressings out there in the fact that this is more of a paste kind of product rather than a liquid product. To apply this, you just want to load a little bit onto the applicator pad that's within the pot and just work a small section at a time along the sidewall of the tyre. Be mindful not to go too far over the shoulder of the tyre. You don't want to be getting this onto the treads of the tyre and affecting your handling on the road. So finally, we're going to be moving onto the glasswork. We're going to be using the Dodo Juice Futurama that we've just used on the wheels and the exhaust. This isn't sold as a glass sealant, so I wouldn't use this on the windscreen at all. Only use this on the side windows and the rear window. To apply this, simply apply a small spritz onto the glass and with a clean microfiber, just work that in until it hazes off. Flip the microfiber over or use a fresh microfiber and buff till it's clear. As I say, I wouldn't recommend using this on the window screen as it's not actually sold as a dedicated glass sealant. So yeah, there we have it then. Hopefully your car is looking a lot better now. All we've got left to do is waxing, which will be in the next video. Again, thank you very much to Dodo Juice for sponsoring this video. If you'd like to try and win all the products that I've used in today's video, all you need to do is post to Instagram. Post your favourite picture of your alloy wheels and tag it with DW Back to Basics, and I'll pick a random winner from there. So yeah, next week's the last video in this series and we'll be looking at how to wax your car and finish it off properly. So yep, I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, please make sure you smash that like button. If you're not subscribed to this channel already, please do consider subscribing and we'll see you in the next video.